Ya, iko.
There's not really a big one. And plus, you also have Sam's Club, which is part of Walmart, which you have to pay fees for. So Sam's Club is actually a little more upscale than Walmart, so you have to take that into account. That's a major revenue source for them. So, no, I mean, the right fact doesn't everyone know what the problem is. The problem is that Walmart has not been engaging in aggressive brand destruction in the name of the latest social justice cause, which is adding new letters to the alphabet and new inventory for each new letter to the alphabet groups that are pushing for new sexual identities and grooming. Whenever you think about this, whether you're against this phenomenon, I've been there for assumptions, and you can probably guess what they are. But the fact is that this is culturally divisive, and that Target's base is still middle America, and they don't like this stuff, and they're not going into Target stores. And it's one of those, like I told you, we started meeting with Target 2.5 years ago. They're like, you're hurting their brand, and there's going to be a backlash from middle America. And their view was, well, the stock price speaks for itself, meaning it's okay, everything we're doing is fine because the stock price is doing well. Okay, but why are we still holding to that standard, Target? Because the stock price is doing miserably, not just compared to a down market, but compared to the retail sector. And as you say, compared to Walmart, which is a pretty good member of the peer group. Now, these are really bad decisions made by the CEO of Target, which he was duly warned against, and which were obvious to anybody. And it's the CEO's job to engage in reputational and brand management. And he's failed in that job. And Target is suffering the real-world consequences, just as InBev is to the Bud Light controversy, the real-world consequences of deciding to pander to an interest group, especially a very tiny interest group that maybe speaks loudly in terms of proxy advisory votes and boardrooms, but doesn't actually represent a significant portion of your customer base.
Yeah, interesting. All right, Jerry. Hey, one last question for you, and it has to do with China. I mean, obviously, we talked about high interest rates and the effect that's having on our economy and therefore the markets. Obviously, China fears continuing to grow, and what are your thoughts on how that may ripple back here to the U.S.?
Well, I think that maybe all of the fear factoring about BRICS going on the gold standard and destroying the dollar was a little overstated. I mean, the dollar did well again this week. China may well be in a recession right now. We don't know for sure. But when even they're admitting their economy is slowing down, because they haven't exactly been forthright about reporting their GDP numbers, when even they're admitting their economy is slowing down. And they've got a major real estate company which is in default. So, that's a serious problem. And by the way, there were all those concerns about, again, the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China economies joining together and they decided they're going to join together and form a gold standard-based currency. It's going to replace the dollar. Russian ruble is the lowest it's ever been in its history right now. It's utterly in collapse right now. Because it doesn't matter whether you say you're on the gold standard. What matters is whether you're actually going to practice monetary discipline. I can say I'm on the Mediterranean diet, but if I'm loading up on deep-fried Twinkies, it doesn't matter what diet I'm saying I'm on. It matters what I do. In any commitment in life, marriage, anything else, the commitment is something, but the following up on the commitment is the main thing, and the world simply does not believe Brazil, Russia, India, and China would seriously keep a commitment to a gold standard and the monetary discipline that requires. And so those grand announcements have not saved the Russian ruble from going down to, 2 cents, 3 cents on the dollar? Because they've got serious political and economic problems. They're losing a war in Ukraine. Their economy is foundering. And we just don't trust them.
Yes.
Global markets don't trust them. And I think global markets are right to not trust them.
Well, as you reminded us before, Jerry, when your money's on the line, it's the best indicator of reality, whether that's the futures markets for who's going to be president or what's happening with the ruble and the U.S. dollar, right?
Yeah, and when a currency collapses like that, the economy collapses. I mean, currency markets are a $6 trillion a day market. That is a big market with enormous amount of liquidity and enormous amount on the line. So people are picking up every little scrap of information they can and kind of forecasting where they think an economy is going. when you get a currency collapsing, you get hyperinflation. Those markets know a lot. They're not perfect. Only God really knows the future. But markets, which is all 8 billion of us together acting, we know more than any one expert, and certainly than state propaganda.
Absolutely. Well, Jerry, we covered a lot of ground. Really appreciate you, my friend. Hey, stay away from those deep-fried Twinkies this weekend, okay?
What about a diet?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Hey, appreciate you, my friend. God bless you. Yeah, exactly. God bless you. Take care. All right. That's Jerry Bowyer. He's our resident economist. He's president of Bowyer Research. He's active on social media. You'll find him on LinkedIn and Twitter and wherever you get your social media. So we're grateful for him stopping by. Mark, I apologize we didn't get to you. I know you're a first-time caller in Tennessee. If you'd like to stay right there for a moment, Robert Youngblood will get your information. Let's try to get you on first on Monday. Folks, thanks for being along with us today. I couldn't do this without my amazing team. Mr. Jim Henry providing research today, Devin Patrick, our producer, and of course the great Robert Youngblood answering our phones today, helping you get your questions answered on the air. Have a wonderful weekend. Make sure you stop into church on Sunday and come back and join us on Monday. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast may not necessarily reflect those of the American Family Association or American Family Radio.
90.5 KTXG, Greenville, Dallas.
Please let me make it. Please, Lord. Or American Family Radio. I missed the show again.
Can't find the time to catch the live shows? No worries.
Wait, what?
You can listen and download all your favorite shows for free.
For free?
That's right, for free. Just visit the podcast page on AFR.net. AFR.net. This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association. American Family News, I'm Mr. Hugh. The man who shot and wounded 4 law enforcement officers in 2 separate incidents is behind bars in Houston this morning. Carmen Roberts reports.
An hours-long standoff in Houston ended last night with the arrest of Teron Green, wanted for shooting and critically injuring a Harris County Sheriff's deputy Wednesday, and now for wounding 2 U.S. Marshals and another deputy as they moved in to arrest him.
Our hope now is first and foremost that those that have been injured and wounded, that they make a full recovery, and then secondly that Green is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. Green faces charges for the shootings and has outstanding warrants for aggravated assault and being a felon in possession of a weapon. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
The law firm is applauding the North Carolina legislature for overriding vetoes from the governor.
The legislature voted to override Governor Roy Cooper's veto of 3 bills. One of them is a House bill that bars males from female sports. Another House bill protects children from dangerous life-altering gender manipulation procedures. And there's a Senate bill that protects parents' rights and transparency in their children's education. This is Attorney Matt Sharp of Alliance Defending Freedom.
This is an important step to protect all families in North Carolina and make sure that parents who love and know their child best are not being pushed out by bad government policies.
I'm Chris Woodward.
With some school districts having already returned to the classroom, the latest Fox News survey looks at voters' views on what's being taught in public schools. The poll released Thursday finds voters of all political stripes agree on one thing. When it comes to public schools, there is too little discussion on the responsibilities of being a good citizen. 70% feel that way, including majorities of Democrats, 65%, Republicans, 75%, and Independents, 71%. Fox News contributor Joe Conscious says America's public schools are failing our students.
We've talked about this before, but the numbers bear repeating. U.S. ACT test scores are currently at a 30-year low. Elections in states like Virginia and Florida, they're being won in large part because of the education issue and parents' rights. You want to hear the top 10 countries, the best educational systems right now? Denmark, Finland, Japan, Canada, Sweden, Germany, Israel, the Netherlands, Singapore, South Korea, because they're doing the blocking and tackling that prepare their kids for life. And we're not doing that here. here because we're concentrating too much on race and diversity and sexual orientation in first grade.
A Florida abortion clinic is paying a huge price for misbehavior. Charlie Butts explains.
The Florida Agency for Healthcare and Administration, otherwise known as ACA, has zeroed in on the Center of Orlando for Women, which is a child termination clinic. Linda Bell of Florida Right to Life tells AFN the clinic broke the law because women are supposed to wait 24 hours before aborting their child.
They literally violated this rule almost 200 times. So this is not like it was 1 or 2 or 3. They willingly and with knowledge knew that they were completely ignoring it.
A staffer admitted it, and the fine is $193,000. And they didn't like that.
They wanted the charges dropped, and then they wanted the fees reduced, and I think it was $67,500 or so. And then ACA came back in its final decision just this week and ordered that the clinic has to pay the whole $193,000 fine.
Bell says there is solid reasoning behind the legal requirement for a woman to wait 24 hours after she's applied for an abortion.
This is a life-changing, life-altering, and life-ending procedure, and so, of course, women and children and girls should have a time to reflect on what this could possibly mean for them and their lives.
And of course for the baby who will be deceased. She says it's a reasonable law because some states require a wait of 48 hours.
Residents in Hawaii are demanding answers about what may have caused the wildfires on Maui. More from William LaJeunesse.
As the search for victims intensifies and the death toll rises, there's growing scrutiny into what caused the deadly Maui fires. New video shows fallen power lines likely played a role. Despite the high winds and fire danger warnings, Hawaiian Electric kept the lines electrified. Critics also say the company broke promises to do more.
For American Family News, I'm Richmond Hugh.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Peck, host of the Dr. Nurse Mama Show, the home of happy parents and healthy teens on AFR.net. I serve as your expert guide to engage, equip, encourage, and empower you to navigate life's toughest issues with your teens. We explore health impacts and home strategies to create a safe space in an unsafe world. The Dr. Nurse Mama Show on AFR.net.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
You're talking theater or movies, folks.
That's my wheelhouse.
That's right.
So I sold one of my kidneys and we bought us tickets right behind home plate. It's worth it.
Under normal circumstances. Under normal circumstances.
Bingo. The old dog handler.
You're right back in it, Tim.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Thanks for listening to AFR. I'm Tim Wildman with Ed Vitagliano. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Tim.
JJ Jasper, the pride of Owensboro, Kentucky.
Great to be here.
All right, it's Trivia Friday, otherwise known as
Learning University.
Learning University is on the air. Live show here, unless you're listening to it months later. In which case it's not, but you'll never know the difference. Trivia Friday is on AFR. We're going to ask trivia questions, 3 each, and you're going to call in. You, the listening family, you, the listening student body, you're going to call in and answer and ask a trivia question. So, what are the couple rules we have here?
Yeah, we say you have to be 11 years old or older to call in. If you haven't called in how many weeks is it, Ed?
If you have been on with us in the last 8 weeks.
Yeah, we ask you to refrain, let other people have a chance to get through. And then these 9 original questions. One is a mystery question. Of course, you don't know which one it is, hence the mystery. But if you land on that question and answer it correctly, you'll hear this sound. The beloved cowbell.
The cowbell shall ring.
That's it.
All the world will know that you scored a touchdown.
And it's going to be ringing like that next spring for the baseball team as well. But anyway, back to the show. You win a nice tumbler, stainless steel AFR tumbler, if you answer the mystery question correctly.
Yeah, we don't have the tumbler in studio this week, so you just have to use your imagination. if you're watching on the video.
And how do people watch, Ed?
Well, hey, thanks for asking. The way you watch the live stream of this show, you have two ways, two options. Used to be three, but YouTube banned us. Ivermectin, that's all I'm going to say.
You can close your eyes and use your imagination. That's one way.
Well, that is a way to do it.
Other ways?
Other ways you go to Facebook and search for Today's Issues. That's normally the name of this show, Monday through Thursday. So search for Today's Issues and click through. You can watch the live video stream, or you can go to our own streaming platform at streaming.afa.net, streaming.afa.net, and you can watch the live stream, video stream, and see these three beautiful faces. Ah, yes.
I think the lie meter just went off.
How many Pinocchios did he get for that?
All right, so Trivia Friday it is, and we thank everybody for listening. Ed, would you like to start us off?
You know what, Tim? I'd be delighted. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here are my three questions. First question, and this is from my granddaughter, Stella. I'm just going to start paying her in quarters or snacks or something.
Hey, this is 2023. Give that girl some Bitcoin.
Some Bitcoin. Here's my first question. The Bermuda Triangle is a location in the ocean where planes and ships supposedly disappear without explanation. Is it in the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean? Is it in the Atlantic or Pacific Ocean? Second question. In World War I, what was the name given to the enemies of the Allied powers? In World War I, what was the name given to the enemies of the Allied powers? And third question, a true-false, in honor of JJ. The bricks of the Great Wall of China are held together
China
also
works in the South.
The bricks of the Great Wall of China are held together by a mortar made from sticky rice. Is that true or false? That's all I have.
Here's what I've got starting out. Question number 1. How many chromosomes does the average human have in each cell? How many chromosomes does the average human have in each cell?
That's a deep dive into biology.
Biology, chemistry, right.
Yeah, anatomy, physiology.
There you go.
Rock and roll.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Second question. What is the name for Germany's high-speed highways? What is the name for Germany's high-speed highways? I don't think there's a limit, a speed limit. You can go as fast as you want.
I've been on there.
Have you really?
Yeah.
You know, NASCAR wannabes, boy, that'd just be a dream come true for a good old boy.
I didn't drive. We were on a tour bus. But,
right.
But I know what you're talking about.
But you get that thing up to 90 and start shimmying. So there's, what's the fun in that? Well,
yeah. And those yellow school buses, they just, you know what I'm saying? It's a different ride when you get up to 90 on the highway.
You just see that driver up there just swinging that steering wheel. Body English.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, third question, true or false? To create a unique taste of Worcestershire sauce.
What you say, Jake?
I know it. I picked the hardest word in the English language.
You should have picked a question with the word mustard in it.
To create the unique taste of Worcestershire sauce, they use anchovies fermented in vinegar. True or false? Again, to create the signature flavor of Worcestershire sauce, originally Lee and Perrins, they used anchovies fermented in vinegar. True or false?
I have no idea what the answer to that question. That's a great question. I have no idea what the answer would be.
And how do people come up with things for medicine and for flavors that you would think, what would possess somebody to say, take a little bark off this tree, stand on your head, let the nectar from a bee do this or that, and you're like, and that's the medicine?
Have you ever read about the crystal meth concoction? Are you wondering who in the world?
Yes.
Who's going to mix this?
A little bit of battery acid, a little bit of starter fluid.
I'm going to tell
some
you.
ammonia from the farmer, and then they put a needle in their arm and shoot up.
I'm going to just tell you, just a little hint.
Okay.
The CIA was probably involved.
Well, there you go.
And Ed Battagliano will be announcing he's running with Robert F. Kennedy.
Marvin would have been so proud of you just then.
It's the Battagliano RFK Jr. team.
If I disappear without a trace,
you'll know what happened?
You'll know what happened.
All right, here are my 3 questions. Number 1, I looked this up this morning for these are the years I have, and I just quit looking because they were all the same. For the year 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, the 3 top-selling vehicles in the United States remained the same.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I was a little bit surprised by this. I want to know what they are.
The Yugo is back. I'm proud of those guys for getting out there and hustling.
I want to know them, and I want to know them in order.
The Yugo, that was a car that started to shimmy at 35 miles an hour.
True stories. A buddy of mine owned a mechanic shop. I'm in there, getting things worked on. And I see this nice-looking Yugo, and I said, "Hey, I've heard about those. First to see one." He said, "It's for sale." I said, "How much?" He said, "Well, the guy wouldn't pay his repair bill, and it's $800. This has been years ago.
Yeah.
I said, "You got to be kidding!" And he said, "Well." He said, it's only 2 years old. He said, it's actually, the book value is less than that. I said, what? He said,
2 years old?
He said, it's like you just pulled the pin on a grenade and threw it in there. He said, everything starts falling off and breaking. He said, it's a disaster. This was right after they came out. And sure enough, every late night comic would say something about, well, it's about as bad as a Yugo.
All right, so top selling cars.
3, all those years consecutively.
Cars and or trucks. I mean vehicles. Okay. Number 2, what is a group of crickets called? We all hear those at night in the summertime, don't we?
I can't say on the air.
What are a group of crickets called? I want to know the answer to that. I know Alice and I, we like sit on our patio at night. And
yeah.
We got a big screen TV out there. But in the summertime, the volume is
turn the volume up.
No, to like 22.
Yeah, over the crickets and frogs.
Hear over the crickets.
Yeah.
And the bullfrogs.
Yeah.
Too,
And that's a sweet sound, though, when you hear those crickets and bullfrogs.
Yeah. For a while.
Now, the bullfrogs, there's actually a conversation going on. A lot of people don't know this, but it's a mama frog trying to get the baby frog to eat. And in typical fashion, they say, eat it. I don't want to eat it. Eat it. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to eat it. Eat it. Eat it. You listen the next time, you'll hear it. You'll hear that dialogue.
I won't be able to hear anything else in my head.
All right, so what is a group of crickets called? What is a group of crickets called? And finally, I want to know 4 of the 5. It's one of those 10.
And you love lists.
I love lists, honey. I want to know 4 of the 5. I'll take 4 of the 5 top surnames in the United States. And you only get one shot. You don't get to keep guessing. 4 of the top 5 surnames or last names.
Yeah.
In the United States. Huh. I want to know the most popular.
Good.
Or most most.
I'll just let you know, folks, just to get something off
I know
the list. Tagliano's not on it.
Not on it.
There's the hint. There's the hint right there.
All right, let's go ahead.
All right, we go to Mississippi, and Michelle is on the line. Michelle, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning. It is such a privilege to talk to you guys. I'm so happy.
Well,
as JJ would say, thank you for your honesty.
Yes.
What a way to start us out, Michelle. What part of Mississippi?
Well, I live in Ecru, but I am currently in Tupelo.
Yes, ma'am. And now this is going to really, and Ed's going to enjoy this. There's a Dollar General in a town called Pontotoc, and then about 10 miles away, there's a Dollar General in a town called Ingomar. Well, they put, since that was too far of a distance, in between those two towns is where Michelle lives, Ecru. They said, we need to, what you said, parachute a Dollar General into Ecru.
Just drop it in.
Yes. So congratulations on getting a brand new Dollar General. You didn't want to have to drive 4 miles in either direction.
That's it.
All right, Michelle, you want to ask, answer, or do both?
I want to do both. I want to answer JJ's question about the highway.
What?
Okay, here's the question. What is the name for Germany's high-speed highways?
It is the Autobahn.
Autobahn. That's right. And Autobahn is actually German for you'd be thrown under the jail for driving this fast in any other country. That's the German phrase for that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you can drive 120, 130
There's
miles
no
an
speed
hour.
limit,
No
right?
speed limit.
Yeah. Well,
how did you know that, Michelle? You just heard of it over the years?
I'm really not sure. I've just heard of it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's your question for us?
Okay. Hal Smith, who plays Otis, the town drunk on Andy Griffith Show, also played a Christian character on a radio show. What show was it, and what character did he play?
okay, Michelle, don't say anything. We're going to talk amongst ourselves. What's that?
It was Odyssey.
Odyssey.
And he was the granddad, or he was Mr. What was that? The guy, not Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Magoo?
No, not Mr. Magoo, but he was the key older man on Adventures in Odyssey. You know, I know it, Michelle. The name's just not there. Mr. Whipple.
He was the original John Avery Whitaker. Adventures in
Whitaker.
Odyssey.
Mr. Whitaker. That's
On
right.
Adventures in Odyssey.
Yeah. Hey, that's pretty cool.
A little bit of a different
Character.
role for him.
Yes, I
A
guess.
little bit of whiplash there.
Yes.
All right, Michelle, thank you, and enjoy your Friday, and have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Sam, I glossed over that. You actually driven on the Autobahn?
No, I didn't drive.
I mean, you rode on it.
I rode on it. Yeah, we in '84. I've been to Germany about 3 different times, but on the Autobahn a couple times on a tour bus. Though.
Now I got to ask you, did people whip around you going like 90,
Oh, yeah.
95? Did they really?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think any faster than that? You think anybody went and just went by you like
Well,
120?
a lot of Americans do that too.
even more speed.
They just dare the highway patrol to catch them. That's the way I see it.
But you did have some people just whip
Yeah,
around you.
yeah, they're going 100 at least. 100.
Wow.
Just whizzing around. It's
That'd be pretty exciting.
yeah, exciting, but it's dangerous at the same time.
Right. All right. Well, I just had to know.
Inquiring
minds.
All right, Trivia Friday is on American Family Radio. Tim, JJ, and Ed. Next up, Ed.
All right, we go to Louisiana.
Do we really?
We do. And Tom is on the line. Tom, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hey, guys. Glad to talk to you.
Hey, Tom, where do you, glad you're listening, and thanks for calling in. Where do you live in Louisiana?
In Ruston, up here on I-20.
Okay.
Yes.
Got a good college there.
One of our first radio stations was at John Knox
Presbyterian
Church there.
Yeah, I live right around the corner from there.
Okay.
But we got 2 colleges here. We got Tech and Grambling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Great college town.
Hey, listen, you know that radio show, what was the name of it?
Adventures in Odyssey?
That wasn't really the first name. The first name they had for it was Adventures in Otis.
Otis, I see what you did there.
There you go.
Yeah,
Otisville.
Hey, look, I want to tell you that I really have been enjoying Todd Herman.
Oh, yeah, we've gotten a lot of great feedback.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Tom. I'm the one that recruited him.
He's really, really good.
I don't talk about him much.
All right, Tom, you want to answer, or do both?
Well, no, I wanted to say hello to Ed's uncle also.
My uncles.
Your
Uncle Vinny Boomba.
Uncle what?
Uncle Vinny Boomba.
Guido.
Yeah, Vinny Boomba.
Is there something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there something you want to tell us, Ed, about your family?
No, none of them live in Louisiana, so that's all I can say. But
we're not tracking you, Tom.
Was that an Italian joke?
Vinny Boomba, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, Italians are one of the few groups you can just absolutely malign and suffer no consequences.
And I mock them. I mock Italians just constantly. All right, we're very mockable people.
You can also do that to Christians, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on, too. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Tom, ask, answer. Okay, which one do you want to answer?
Well, since I've been on the Autobahn already, I'll go with the Bermuda Triangle.
All right, here's the question. The Bermuda Triangle is a location in the ocean where planes and ships supposedly disappear without explanation. Is this location in the Atlantic or Pacific Ocean?
It's in the Atlantic, the south of Bermuda, and it's off of Cape Hatteras. And I've been in the Bermuda Triangle, too.
And you live to tell about it. Yeah.
It's also the Memphis Post Office.
Yeah.
It's also known as the Memphis Post Office.
Hey, oh my word. Hey,
Oh,
and
my
you know
God.
what? You're missing a good opportunity to mention something about the CIA. All those missing planes
All those
and
missing planes. CIA, it went missing.
Tom, you seriously have driven on the Autobahn?
Yeah, I spent a year in Germany, and then I've also been in the Bermuda Triangle.
Chance of going missing there than anywhere else. So
is this it?
That's well. That is a tip of the hat to my granddaughter Stella for that question. What's your question for us, Tom?
Well, I meant to say that my grandmother's name was Stella.
Oh, okay.
I was going to ask that question on one of my grandmothers. In fact, not one grandmother was named Stella, the other was Blanche.
Okay.
Yeah, my grandmother was named Blanche. Sure does.
That's from what's
That's
that?
from Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah, Street.
I have a grandson named Stanley.
Okay. Oh, all right. From Streetcar Named Desire.
Hey, what's your question for us, Tom?
Well, last week you had a call from Augustus from Hohenwald, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Uh-huh.
And we all know Hohenwald is a sanctuary city. What is Hohenwald a sanctuary for?
We're talking about a tiny little town in Tennessee. Maybe 2,000 people.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a sanctuary.
All right, I'm going to say it's a sanctuary for unborn children.
No.
Okay.
Something to do with David Crockett fans.
Crickets.
I don't think we know, Tom. Go
What's
ahead.
the answer?
That's where the elephant sanctuary is.
I've heard of that.
An elephant sanctuary?
Right. Circus elephants
Yeah.
and everything.
Oh.
They take them there and let them live out their days.
We had an elephant down here that was at the zoo that ended up there.
Kind of like when they tell you you're going to Pleasant Valley. when you get too old, take care of yourself. That's where that's elephants Pleasant Valley. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, they just let them roam and take care of them.
Right.
It's a nice thing. That's a whole involved.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
good info. Have a great weekend, Tom.
All right.
How do you tell an elephant that it's time to go to home?
I don't know, but if you tell them, they won't forget.
Hey, that's good.
Because an elephant
do that softball in there and hit him over the fence.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. What you're talking about is like the glue factory. Kind of for horses. Hey, we're going to send you to Pleasant Valley. You'll be able to live out your days and just run free through the fields.
We're getting a little dark here. A little dark humor. We need to move on, Ed. Let's move on.
All right.
Move on. And after this question, we'll reset ours and come back.
Yeah. How do you, if you live in Hohenwald near the thing, you have some damage to your privacy fence? What's that conversation with the insurance adjuster? No, I'm telling you, I heard the ground rumbling, and then I saw about 6 or 8 elephants come through and bust my fence over.
They were elderly.
Yeah, but I mean, how and then they go, okay, all right. And then
I'm telling you, their trunks were really wrinkled. Let's repeat our questions, and we'll come back and go to Kathy, okay, from Florida. But
okay, what about the break?
We're going to repeat our questions.
Okay.
Go to break and come back.
Okay, all right. Here are my 3 questions. I'll have to add one. In World War I, what was the name given to the enemies of the Allied powers? Second question. The bricks of the Great Wall of China are held together by a mortar made from sticky rice. Is that true or false? And third question, we've had a couple of weeks where we've had the Hall of Fame for baseball and basketball. In what city is the Football Hall of Fame? That's what I've got.
That's good. First question, how many chromosomes does the average human have in each cell? How many chromosomes does the average human have in each cell? Second question, true or false? To create the unique taste of Worcestershire sauce, they take anchovies. It's anchovies fermented in vinegar. Is that true or false?
I hope not.
Here's the deal. There's some boys in the hills of Kentucky that did some fermenting using copper tubing and a radiator from a 47 Chevy, but revenuers caused the success of that operation to be short-lived.
Hey, then I'm going to have to add a new question. What were the New England Patriots named prior to the 1971 season? Ed's going to know.
The New England Benedict Arnolds.
Yes. What were the New England Patriots named prior to the 1971 season?
All right, my 3 questions are, give me 4 of the top 5 last names in the United States. Everybody got that?
Right.
Surname.
Got it.
Number 2. Where's number 2? I want the top, for the last 4 years, 20 through 2023, these 3 cars / trucks, vehicles, I'll say, I don't know if I'm going to tell you what they are, top 3 selling vehicles in the United States. And I like them in order, but anyway, 1, 2, and 3, they've remained the same. And the last question is, what is a group of crickets called? You go over to your window, you go over to your window and you pull up the blind and you look out the backyard.
A group of crickets?
And there's a group of crickets out there, and you call your wife over and say, honey, come over here and look at this group of crickets. Come over here and look at this flight of crickets. All right, what is that called?
It's my turn.
Here is your host for My Turn, Don Wildman.
In the year 1931, Aldous Huxley, the famous skeptic, wrote on the subject, Wanted a New Pleasure. In the essay, he had this to say: as far as I can see, the only possible new pleasure would be derived from the invention of a new drug which would provide a harmless substitute for alcohol. If I were a millionaire, I should endow a band of research workers to look for the ideal intoxicant. If we could sniff or swallow something that would abolish inferiority, atone us with our fellows in a glowing exultation of affection, and make life in all its aspects seem not only worth living, but divinely beautiful and significant. And if this heavenly world-transforming drug were of such a kind that we could wake up next morning with a clear head and an undamaged constitution, then it seems to me that all our problems would be solved and Earth would be a paradise. Well, Huxley was hunting something that we all hunt in life. Every person seeks what he wanted. The difference comes in the methods in which we seek it. For him and countless others, the answer could be found in a drug or a bottle, some kind of magic to turn the trick. Some of the rest of us have found that which Huxley searched for, but we didn't find it in a magic of a bottle. We found it in the miracle of a cross. We followed the little Jewish tent maker's advice. Don't get drunk with wine, he said, which will only ruin you. Instead, be filled with the Spirit. Abolish inferiority? We have indeed rid ourselves of it,
by hearing him tell us that we're the light of the world, the salt of the earth. And when he compares us with terms like those, we cannot feel inferior. Affection toward our fellows, we found that too. You see, the Galilean has taught us to do exactly what Mr. Huxley wanted, to love one another. He set the example. He loved us. Greater love has no man than this, he said. And then, because of his love, he faced that cross. And something to make life more than mere existing, some who follow the Galilean can say with him, "For this purpose I have come." And making life beautiful, there's nothing more beautiful in all of life than to see it as his creation. To know that he is there, behind it all, full of love for us even when we don't deserve it, makes life eternally beautiful. He is, indeed, the source of all beauty. A clear head and undamaged constitution, well, he gives that too. Lets you think clearly and live with a constitution written by the author of life. Mr. Huxley kept hunting for that magic drug on November the 22nd, 1963, 31 years after his wish. Huxley tried a new drug called LSD, which many thought to be the answer to his wish. His wife administered the drug to Huxley, dying of cancer. It was the last drug Huxley ever experimented with. You see, it was a one-way trip.
This has been My Turn with Don Wildman, a production of the American Family Association.
For we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven, not built by human hands. 2 Corinthians 5:1. American Family Radio.
I recognize that voice.
Vinny Boomba.
Is that
Comes from our previous caller,
Yeah.
a couple callers ago.
is that Zaza?
Zsa and Ava. Yeah, a couple of them.
The two of them?
Yeah. No, maybe more, but I'm just trying. You have to do it in order. Okay, who slapped a police officer? Who is the singer? I can't keep it all
And he was
straight.
married 9 times.
Yeah, can't keep it all straight.
Well, that might be true.
Who
of
beat
several.
Elizabeth Taylor in number of marriages? That's the next trivia
Hey, there's
question.
your. I was going to say, save that
All right,
for a trivia
who's up,
question.
Ed? Who's up?
All right, we go to Florida, and Kathy is on the line. Kathy, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you, guys. How is everyone? I'm ready to go.
Wow, all right.
Blessed. Kathy, are you in the Jacksonville area?
Oh, yes, I am in Jacksonville, and we're going to be cooled down to 95 today.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Jacksonville. Now, Amelia Island's not too far from you, right?
No, sir, it's very
Right off the
close.
coast. I've been there. Really beautiful island.
Yes.
Yeah, my
Beautiful,
wife's
beautiful.
family vacationed there a couple times, and she talked about it.
Right.
Well, listen, Kathy, we're delighted to have you, and we're ready to go here. Do you want to ask, answer, or both?
I'm going to do both.
Okay. Which one do you want to take a chance at here?
I want to tell you what a group of crickets is called.
Okay. People, listen, the question is just as Kathy said. She's going to answer it. What is a group of crickets called? The answer, Kathy, is?
An orchestra.
An orchestra.
Really? Crickets?
Look it up.
I guess because they make something, they make a type of
Tell us
music.
about it, Kathy.
Music.
You what?
They make beautiful music. We have crickets all over out back. We sit on our patio at night between the tree frogs and the crickets. We're out of our gourd.
I like it too. I love it too. And then if you happen to have a tin roof and it's raining, or you listen to the rain on the tin roof, and listen to the frogs and the crickets
Yes,
out in the country, that's good living
We have
right
a
there.
flat roof, so that's almost as good as a tin roof. And if I could, I'd like to ask you guys a question.
Wait, hold on a second. You said you got a mix of rain on a tin roof?
Yes.
Cricket sounds and what?
And the frogs. Yeah, frogs out there by the pond. Or tree frogs, either way.
I think you can get that. There's a channel devoted to that on Pandora. Okay, so we're ready for your question.
All right. I know you guys can do this. I have such faith in all of you. Now, name me 3
television shows or sitcoms, whatever you want to call them, that the cast sang the theme song.
Let's say All in the Family. We're going to talk amongst ourselves.
Yes,
All in the Family, didn't they? That's one.
What about Carol Burnett? Did they?
It's a variety show. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. She said. Did you say? Can a variety show be in it, or did you say they're like just only sitcoms?
No,
okay.
I want to be
Okay,
piggy.
what about Mary Tyler Moore? It seems like she kind of jumped in on the chorus there, and you could hear some singing. I don't know if that was the cast. What about Cheers?
So we're doing what about?
No.
Is that what we're doing here?
Hey, we're throwing mud against the wall to see what will stick.
I think all
Kathy,
in the family is
you're going to have to tell us.
one.
All in the Family.
Okay. All in the Family, yes. All in the Family. Archie and Edith sang it. And you were just playing at Green Acres, Ada Moore and Eddie Albert.
That's it. Oh, yeah, because she sings out that thing about being allergic. Yeah. Tim was over there lip syncing.
I love that. And the next one, there are several that I figured the one that most everybody was Frasier.
Oh, yeah.
The TV show Frasier.
Yeah.
He sang
with salad and scrambled eggs or something?
Salads and scrambled eggs, right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's what a great
So
question.
listen, I have just enjoyed talking again. I've been on, I think, twice now, and I just love what you guys do. It's such a treat. Friday mornings are for us, so thank you.
Bless you. Thank you very much,
Thank you for
Kathy.
your kind words, Kathy. Have a wonderful weekend.
Endure the heat in Florida.
All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday here on American Family Radio. If you want to send us an email, the address is comments@afr.net, comments@afr.net. I'm Tim Wildman with Eva Tagliano and JJ Jasper. We also call this show Learning University. Learning University is on the air. And let's go back to the phones, Ed.
All right. What do you say we go to Indiana? George is on the line. George, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
Hey, Brother George, where do you live?
Frankfort, Indiana.
Okay. If I'm looking at a map of Indiana, where is that nearby?
About 40 miles northwest of Indianapolis.
Northwest. Toward Gary and South Bend, that area.
Yeah.
Towards that area.
Kind of between
Gotcha.
We're kind of between Indianapolis and Lafayette.
George, when you travel to Gary, do you still have to have a bodyguard, or have they eased up on that when you cross the border?
I haven't been to Gary for a long time.
Well, that's probably wise.
There's a reason. Anyway. All right, George, go ahead. Ask, answer, or both.
About 6 weeks ago, someone had the question, who was Ruth's mother-in-law? And, of course, it was Naomi. So I don't know if anyone followed up on that. In the meantime, I've missed several of your broadcasts. But
well, you'll have to go back and listen to them. You need to go back and listen to the last 6 weeks and see if that was answered or not. What was the answer, Ed?
Wait, he's asking a little follow-up here. Yes.
Who was Ruth's second mother-in-law?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Second.
Because she had the two sons, and then, who was her?
I don't know.
Then she remarried
I wanna say-
Boaz. What was Boaz's mother's
I
name?
was shot in the dark.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear this, too.
Jaja.
Hey, George, I will say this. George, I will say this. Before Boaz married, he was ruthless. A lot of people don't know that, but he was absolutely ruthless.
I don't know how a lot of people don't know that, JJ. You tell it
every quarter. Try to get that in there. George, we don't know the answer. What's the answer?
In Matthew's genealogy, Rahab, of course, in the King James, it's Rachab, R-A-C-H-A-B, but other translations have it as Rahab.
The Rahab we know?
Apparently.
Yeah, and that was Boaz's mother?
Mother-in-law.
Yes, Salmon married.
Boaz.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, that's remarkable.
Well, I'll just say this: the Rahab you know is better than the Rahab you don't know.
Well,
I've always said
God
that.
is a God of second. That's really good. He's a God of second chances, third chances, and look at all the flawed people.
So what's the
these
question
three.
what's the question and answer, George? Repeat it.
Who was Ruth's second mother-in-law?
See, we know the first one was Naomi, but then she married Boaz. What was Boaz's mom's name? And Rahab.
Did she move in with them? To their
Naomi?
Yeah.
I bet they kept a close relationship after that big speech about wherever you go, I'll go. Your God will be my God. Your people will be my people.
But you're not living at our house. You're going to have to get your own apartment. Okay?
Get your own. Or we may build you
We're
one.
tight.
We'll build you an apartment.
It's time to go home.
Right.
Anyway, all right. So where do we go?
So, George, you didn't want to answer a question of ours, right?
Yeah. Could I answer the one about the surnames?
Yeah, the question is, let me get my question here real quick. Okay, so, come on, Tim. You can do this. Where is it? All right, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, I want you to name 4, and I'm just going to say yes or no. Should I just say yes or no, or should I check them off?
I'd say yes or no.
Okay. I want 4 of the 5 most popular last names or surnames in the United States. 4 of the 5, and I'll go ahead.
I give him credit, and then that will help the next person.
Okay, we'll do that. All right, go ahead. 4 of the 5.
Smith, Jones, or should I?
I don't care.
I'll give off one. The ones I'm guessing anyway.
Okay, I would just say, let me say this along the way. You're correct. Smith is number 1.
Wow.
Jones is number 5. So you're doing good.
Yes, sir.
2 more guesses.
Brown
is number 4.
Oh, wow. Then you're going to get a chance to pick the curtain or the box. Be thinking about what you want as far as a prize, George.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to say Gomez.
No, that's incorrect. Did I say 4 of the 5?
Yes.
4 of the 5. He's got one more
3.
guess.
He got 3 of the top 5.
But he only guessed?
Yeah, he guessed 4.
Oh, he did? Okay, yeah.
Hey, you did very good, George. That's a 60 in class. Of course, we know what grade that is, but still.
Hey, you have the next person.
You did good. Smith is number 1. Brown is number 4, and Jones is number 5. And you said, what was he? You gave Hispanic.
He said Gomez.
Gomez.
Not even on the list, is it?
Well, actually, that'd be a great trivia question. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, don't do it. Save it. Hey, George, thanks for listening to AFR. We appreciate your prayers and your support. Have a great weekend.
Next up, Ed.
All right, we go to Georgia, and Lori is on the phone. Lori, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
Hey, Lori, where are you calling from in Georgia?
10 miles north of Fitzgerald.
Okay. I think we went through this routine last time you called to ask the same thing.
It was a little while.
Yeah, you got an orchestra there?
No, I have a keyboard.
Were you listening to the cricket question earlier?
Yeah, I loved it. We have cricket.
Yeah, you know what a group of crickets are called? You know what a group?
I love that, an orchestra.
Right. Yes.
Orchestra. I love it.
Yes, orchestra of crickets there in Georgia. All right, Lori, we are ready. Ask, answer, or both.
I would like to answer the chromosome one.
All right, here's the question.
Leave it to JJ to bring the science.
How many chromosomes does the average human have in each cell?
26.
No, but that's a good try.
What makes it a good try?
Oh.
It's close?
It's close. Well, I mean, good try, no matter what number you chose, I guess, unless you said a million.
No matter how far off.
That's right.
It's a good try. We
right.
Everyone gets a trophy on our program.
That's right.
Lori.
You strike out, you come back to the dugout. Coach JJ says, "Good try."
Good try. Good swing. That's good swing.
That's a positive. I like that. I like playing for a coach like that.
You left the bases loaded, but it was a good swing.
We lost the game.
Well, the Braves are 12.5 games ahead.
There, I like the way you think. What's your question? What's your question for us?
Let's see. What is the average surface temperature on Venus?
Oh, everybody knows that. That's so simple and easy. I'm going to let Tim and Ed answer that.
Alice and I were talking about this the other night, but when I got to the intro, the orchestra interrupted, and I just
Well, I'm not sure what the answer is, but Texas is close. It's closing in.
Yeah, you know the Rosetta fella opened a restaurant on Venus. The food and they went bankrupt. That's the sad story. They said the prices were good, the food was great, but there just wasn't any atmosphere.
I thought you were going to say it was a bad location or something.
Hey, what's the answer?
Yeah, we don't know.
I just looked it up a little bit ago. It said average temperature on the surface of Venus is 864 degrees.
Fahrenheit?
At that point, it doesn't matter.
Before that, I had heard 900.
I'm trying to adjust.
Yeah.
Because if it's centigrade, it is a lot more bearable.
Right.
Yeah, it would be.
Thank you. Thank you, Lori. Have a great weekend.
Yes, thank you, Lori.
We have joked and talked about these thermostats. I'm telling you the honest truth. We pushed every button, looked at the manual. They kept telling us Celsius, and that was so confusing. I bought another thermostat.
Are you serious?
I promise. I'm not going to have to decipher every time I just say.
You couldn't get it to go to
Fahrenheit? 12. Yeah, we could for a minute. I don't know if we had the power kept going out, but when it would go back, and we would try to do it, and the next day it'd be back to saying it was 12 degrees or 21. I don't know. It was just, and I said, I know the fix for that. Well, dads take charge, and they've got a short fuse and not a lot of patience, and say, I can fix this. We're going to get
They'll rip mine out of the wall.
We're going to get an American. We're going to get an American thermostat, put it on the wall.
Yeah, that